Hey hon, I'm Chloe and this is the upright crucifix tutorial. My mission is to share my passion for pole dancing and make pole dancing easy to learn and accessible. This is the 11th video of the beginner pole trick tutorial series. In order to maximize your training out of all the videos, I highly recommend you to start from the very first video of this playlist, as the tricks will be a progression of the one before. The upright crucifix is a really cool trick. You can even take your hands off, so we shall break that down today. This video is mirrored for your ease of learning. I'll also have a red wristband on my right wrist and my right ankle to indicate the right side of my body if you do get confused of the directions. This trick tutorial is created for you for informational and educational purposes only, and for you to enjoy learning pole dancing from the comfort of your own home. Please participate at your own risk and don't work beyond your capability, and seek spotting or help when necessary. For any health concerns, please make sure to seek professional medical advice. Please also make sure you warm up your body before you start this video. I have a warm-up playlist depending on your level under the playlist warm up, so that you can try before you do the tricks. If you enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up so that I know to create more of these kinds of videos, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't yet, so that you are notified every single week I upload a video. If you're looking to further your pole journey and combining tricks and dance together, then consider signing up for my online learning platform, Pole Art Vault, where we put the tricks together into a combo and learning an entire routine with combos and dance together. You can find the link in the description below for further information. Alrighty, without further ado, let's get into the upright crucifix tutorial. Now, let's get into our conditioning. We are going to start off with our split grip carousel kicks. Now, we have done this conditioning in the past in one of our videos from our previous beginner pole trick tutorial series. So if you haven't watched that one, make sure again you start it from the very first. And this is going to help you a lot with conditioning and also really nailing down those technique as well. So, we are going to start off with coming onto our toes as always. Inside hand comes nice and high. You should be able to see the face of your watch if you've got one, or an imaginary one, on your inside hand. Outside hand comes across your chest, so make sure you're creating that 90-degree angle with your outside hand. You're going to squeeze your armpit in. Inside knee goes behind the pole. Think about getting the pole in that knee crease right here. And then the inside bridge of your foot comes onto the pole. Now make sure you're creating that 90-degree angle with your leg. Inside hand, pulling in your inside, pushing away with your outside, pushing into your inside leg, and then we are going to kick our leg back. And then coming down. Beautiful. All right, let's do 4 on each side. So we've done 1 on that same side. Now, again, if you feel like you don't have enough grip, make sure you grip up your body and make sure you have some hand grip, body grip, wipe down the pole, whatever you need to do. So let's try 3 more. Inside and up, outside and across. Squeeze your armpit in and kick it back. Nice. All right, 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. Alrighty, onto your other side. Always both sides. Alrighty, onto your toes. Inside and up, outside and across. Squeezing your armpit in. Inside leg comes nice and high. Kick your leg back. Good pull and push. 3. And 2. Squeeze your bum. And last one. Well done. Now that is conditioning done. Rightio, let's go through our upright crucifix. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to have 2 different ways of doing our upright crucifix. First one is with your inside hand on the pole, and then the second one is without, so no hands. This is what your upright crucifix with your inside hand on looks like. Now this is what your upright crucifix without hands looks like. Now, let's break this down. With this particular trick, you can do it on a spin pole or static, whichever works better for you. Now, I've put my pole on static just because I want to make sure that I'm not spinning too much so that I can demonstrate it and then show it to you. And this particular one, if you do put it on spin, you tend to spin a lot. So let's be careful, and then let's just walk through some tips as well if you do want to try it on spin. Now, same positioning as your conditioning. Inside hand comes nice and high, outside hand comes across your chest. Now from here, you're going to bring your inside leg up, 90-degree angle, same exact thing we did in our conditioning. From here, you're going to swing your outside leg in front of the pole into this climb position. Now from here, you're gonna get both of your hands up, pull yourself up, outside hand comes across your waist. You're gonna bring your inside arm through this gap, push with the back of your arm, push your chest forward, and then you're taking your outside hand off. To come out, you're gonna grab the pole in front of your chest and then slide down. Nice. Now, let's try that on the other side as well. Onto your toes. Inside and up, outside and across. Inside leg goes behind the pole, outside leg goes in front of the pole. You're gonna pull yourself up, chest to the pole, outside hand comes a little lower, inside hand goes through, taking your outside hand off. To come out, grab the pole, sliding down. Beautiful. Now, if you've watched the static climb tutorial, then you would have noticed that we did two different grips, split grip and forearm grip. Now, if you feel like you're still in the process of developing your strength, then forearm grip is an easier alternative when you're climbing the pole. So, if you want to try your forearm grip, you're more than welcome to do so. So instead of grabbing the pole with your inside and up, outside and across, you're gonna have your inside hand up, outside hand in front of your face. Now from here, if your left hand is on the pole, elbow comes onto the other side of the pole. And then your inside leg comes up, climbing the pole, hand in front of your chest, inside arm through, into your crucifix. So again, if you want to try the variation, you can go ahead. I find that the split grip is a little harder, so try the easier variation if you'd like to. Now, let's break down our no-handed upright crucifix. Now, before I get started on explaining this one, just wanted to mention with this particular one, it is quite a tricky variation. So if you feel like you're not getting it, that is totally fine. Most of the times when I do teach the upright crucifix, I always teach the inside hand on the pole. It is a much easier and achievable trick. Now, if you want to try the no-handed one, go ahead. This is more just so that you are familiar that this particular upright crucifix exists. So, the only difference is that you're literally taking your hands off and then you're not pushing into your inside arm, pushing your chest forward. Now, inside and up, outside and across, squeezing your armpit in, pulling your shoulder back and down. Inside leg comes onto the pole, outside leg goes on. From here, you're gonna pull both of your hands up, all the way to your tummy, and if you feel secure, then you're gonna take your hands off. So remember that when you're in this position that you get your tummy all the way and then your chest on the pole, keep your body really nice and tight, grab the pole back, ankle towards your bum, and coming down. Now, you're gonna need a lot of body grip for this, so make sure you have a lot of body grip. And then make sure you do your other side as well. Inside and up, outside and across, inside leg behind, outside leg in front, pulling yourself all the way up. And then keep your body really nice and tight. Grabbing the pole back, ankle all the way to your bum. And there you have it. There is your no-handed upright crucifix. So, let's go through some tips and common mistakes. Now, first common mistake, not pulling yourself up high enough. So, once you come up into your climb, make sure that you push your pelvis and chest all the way to the pole. Sometimes I see this. You see how like I'm sitting my bum down? So make sure you push your chest all the way up and then your tummy all the way to the pole before you get into your upright crucifix. Now, let's go through our leg positioning as well. Sometimes I see both legs behind, or somehow like all different sorts of like leg positioning. I've seen a lot. So inside leg behind the pole. So make sure that that knee crease is on the pole and then the bridge of your foot is on the pole. Outside leg goes in front of the pole. Make sure that you align your ankles together and your knees together. So you're really squeezing with your inner part of your knee and then on your ankle as well. And that's gonna help you with the grip. Now, third one is quite an obvious one. I've mentioned it in my previous videos as well. If you feel like you're slipping down, make sure you wipe down the pole with methylated spirits. Get some grip aid, get some body grip, hand grip, all that stuff. I have some of my recommendations in the link in the description. I'm not sponsored for any of the products. It's just for you to get better grip. Now, next one, outside hand too high. So this is a very common one. When you're coming into your climb, make sure that your hand or your outside hand is nice and low. Now, when I mean by nice and low, when you're coming up, your hand should be lower than your shoulder. If your hand is higher than your shoulder, what's gonna happen is you're going to have to, say hypothetically, my outside hand is higher than my shoulder. I'm gonna have to like really pull myself, and you see how like I can't get into the armpit. So your grip points for this one is the back of your arm as well. So make sure that you slide your hand low so that you're able to get into that right positioning without having to re-grip your hand, if that makes sense. So I'll just show you what I mean. If my outside hand's too high, I'm like, ugh. So make sure that you slide your hand down to where your chest is. Inside hand comes in front, pushing your chest forward. So this is your fifth one. Make sure you push your chest forward and then bring your hand back, squeeze into your armpit so that you get that extra grip. Now, last tip that I wanted to go through is if you're going to try this trick on a spin pole. So let me put my pole on spin mode so that you know what I mean. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can obviously do this trick on spin or static, but when you're trying it on spin, you're going to spin out of control if you swing your leg around. Now, the difference is that when I tuck my knee towards the pole, then I'm not gonna spin out of control. If you swing your outside leg all the way around, and if you come into your upright crucifix, you will spin like crazy. So, inside hand up, outside hand across. So instead of swinging, I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you the wrong one. Swing, pull. Ah! Well, so that's the wrong one that I just did. I obviously spun out of control. The reason was because I swung my outside leg around, and when I pulled myself up, I pulled myself up really quick. So, two things. Make sure that you tuck your knee instead of swinging your leg around. So you wanna just go knee to pole, and then slowly pull yourself up. Now, when I say slowly, I do understand it does take a bit of strength to pull yourself up slowly, and make sure you keep working on your conditioning. That's gonna help you with the pull-up a little more as well. Now, those were all the tips and tricks that I wanted to go through. We have learned 11 tricks so far in our beginner pole trick tutorial series. Now, you might find some tricks easier, some tricks harder, some tricks that you like, some tricks that you don't like, whatever your personal reason is. That is very, very normal. It could be anatomy that's not making it easy for you to do the pole tricks. It might be the fact that you just don't simply like a shape of a trick, and that is totally fine. You don't have to feel like you have to get every single trick, so make sure that you're kind to yourself and enjoy learning pole tricks. Thank you so much for joining me in the upright crucifix pole trick tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the very next video. Bye! Consider subset. Oh my gosh. Breathe. I'm losing it. Hi friends.